Actually, speaking of which, I had forgotten to put this on our official schedule, but I think
Oh,
we've said
yeah.
our piece about this one.
Yes.
So in transitions, I guess this is Weeb Week because I was one of the millions of people in the U.S. who decided to go out and watch the new Demon Slayer movie.
Ooh. I wish I had.
You might still have your chance because it was the top movie in the U.S. 2 weekends in a row.
Hmm?
Cumulative net of $100 million, although it had like a 70% drop off the second weekend. So,
Yeah.
uh, but still, like it probably helps some theaters keep the lights on a
Yeah.
bit longer.
Yeah. My only drawback is that I think it's like 2.5 hours, isn't it?
Um, Maybe 2 hours. Let's find out.
Yeah. Because I remember Alan Ning over at Film Threat side, and he said it was 2.5 hours.
Then I wouldn't doubt it. Because basically, what this is, yeah, 2 hours and 35 minutes.
Okay, yeah.
So, like the previous couple of Demon Slayer movies, and you can't see me doing finger quotes, but I'm heavily finger quoting here.
Yes.
It basically is the start of the next season cut together into a continuous movie,
Mm.
which has its ups and downs. This is the part of the storyline where our heroes have invaded the evil Muzan's Infinity Castle, hence the title,
Yeah.
and they end up split up and in a series of it's almost like a video game boss rush.
Mm.
Everybody's just fighting different members of the upper six
Yeah.
of Muzan's minions. And what I will say is that if you just wandered in off the street with a passing interest in anime and had never seen it, I think you could figure out what was going on well enough to appreciate the animation
Mm.
and the fight choreography, because there are some crazy fight scenes in this one. Studio UFO, it's either UFO table or UFO table. I've never been sure if you separate it out or not.
Yeah.
They're animation royalty,
Mm.
especially for a Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
And you can just feel the passion and the time and care put into every frame of this thing.
Yeah.
The fights have weight. The choreography is creative. It surpasses what was in the original manga.
Mm.
Just because the original manga doesn't have the most detailed art style. I think it's almost try. I don't know if that's like a skill issue or if that's the artist trying to like intentionally evoke kind of classic woodblock prints.
Mm.
A little bit in the style, but I will say this thing is rated R. I had forgotten that the first movie was rated R. It definitely earns that R rating because a lot of unfortunate things happen, including lots of violence to women, as is the series wont.
Yeah, I seem to recall that. Yeah.
The other thing is that characters you like are going to die. I won't say which characters, but if you've watched the series, there are some tragic deaths.
Well, are any waifus?
Perhaps.
Oh no.
Yeah. This is definitely not a series that had a really happy ending.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But now I will say is that because it is like 5 episodes jammed together, it does have actually more than that if it's 2.5 hours. But it's going to be released as 3 movies apparently.
Oh.
It is. It has kind of uneven pacing, although it isn't too noticeable at first because the first like half of it is just a series of high octane battles stacked on each other.
Mm.
And then they have a more typical battle like the titular fight here with Tanjiro and the other two pictured here, where they're kind of avenging the death of the Flame Hashira from the Infinity Train movie.
Yeah, Rengoku?
Rengoku, yeah. They're basically avenging him because that's the guy who killed him.
Right, yes.
But you know how Demon Slayer works, where you killed the demon, then they take an episode of a flashback to tell you their backstory that you didn't know in advance.
Yeah, yeah, because you somehow you have to feel sympathy for people who eat other people, eat humans, and
Yeah. Yeah, if I was to steel man that, I would say that it's trying to it's trying to like show you how like even a person who's in misfortune who makes the wrong choice can end up falling.
Yeah.
This case, though, they actually did an interesting subversion of it, just because of the nature of the guy's powers. Bugger's hard to put down.
Mm.
That's the other funny thing about Demon Slayer is that, to a certain extent, if the humans and demons were on the same playing field power-wise, the demons would be effed because the heroes are much more skilled than they are because they have to be more skilled than they are.
Oh, yeah, because you're talking about guys that can regenerate, and
Yeah.
yeah, and of course, what gets me is like, well, the only way to kill a demon is to cut the head off, but then they'll cut their head off, and then nothing happens.
Right. Like if you're like one of the upper ones, like you can subvert that somehow. It's like, oh, if I can, grab my head and force it back onto my body, I can regenerate. Or,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
my, oh, that isn't my only head.
yeah, yeah. Like the entertainment
Yeah.
arc, where
Yeah.
yeah,
The twins, we had to decapitate them both at the same time.
yeah.
But yeah, I'm sounding more critical than I actually am because it was a good experience overall. It is the type of thing where the high octane action scenes are worth seeing in the theater. Um, I don't know if I'd recommend it if you hadn't seen it before or the series as a whole before.
Yeah.
But I could also make the case for if you have a good sound system at home. This is coming to Crunchyroll, so in the form of episodes eventually, so you
Yeah.
can kick back and wait a bit.
Yeah, that's true.
It all just depends on how eager you are to see it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, very cool. Well, I've been waiting for this to come back for how long has it been? Like 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
when they, the way that last season ended, where they're all rushing in to kill Muzan, and then he just traps them all in the Infinity Castle. Like, yeah,
yeah. Well, it picks up right where it left off. So
all right.